would try so hard to smile if I gave her something. Once I gave her a small giraffe as a present, and for some reason she thought it was very funny. Unfortunately, the effort of laughing set off an attack that lasted 14 hours. She never laughed again. Laughing hurt. I know what the papers have said about me, and I suppose I can't really blame them, but they're wrong when they say that I didn't love her. I always loved her, and I still do. I used to pray for some miracle to stop her pain. But God wasn't interested. Or wasn't there.
Atheist! Murdering atheist!
Remove that man from the court.
Mrs. Maxwell, do you think you could tell us about Linda's death?
No. I've tried to remember, but I can't. I can remember her screaming with pain, and then the screaming had stopped, and I was holding a pillow. She...
Do you intend going on, Mr. Bladen?
No, Your Honor.
Step down, Mrs. Maxwell. Do you intend introducing your two character witnesses now, Mr. Bladen?
No, Your Honor. I would appreciate a short adjournment before that happens.
I'm sure you would. I do wish you gentlemen would prepare your witnesses prior to the hearing. You have 1 hour.
Yes, I've got that. Anyone hurt? I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. Thanks for calling. Let me know what happens. Yes, bye. Brody, Kennedy, Deacon, no visitors until further notice. Trouble? Could be. That was Bob Moran. They're in the middle of a riot at the prison farm. He thinks there could be a spill over to here.
What's that got to do with us?
Their husbands are out there. In fact, Brody's husband's a ringleader.
Right. Well, I hate to sound uncharitable, and I'm sorry for Bob. But I'm glad it's not us for a change.
Yes, but it's bad news for Maxwell. I think she's going to need all the character witnesses she can get.
You were excellent. If every client followed instructions as you have, I'd be a very happy man.
What went wrong?
Nothing. I told you.
Shall we save the lies for the courtroom, Mr. Bladen? I saw your face when character witnesses were mentioned. Now, what's wrong?
Bob Moran won't be here. There's been a riot at his prison and he has to sue.
Right, he's not hurt, is he?
No, nothing like that. But I'm afraid we've lost him as a witness.
What about the other witness? I haven't seen my loving husband in court.
Mrs. Maxwell, what you did out there was worth 20 character.
Where's Alan?
He said he couldn't afford to be involved. I'm sorry he's not coming.
Don't look so surprised, Mr. Bladen. I'm not.
Good. Because you've gained ground. Don't lose it. That's why I called the adjournment. I want you to relax, be positive, forget about your husband and win.
I'll force myself. Now, if there's nothing else.
Of course. We've done it. Believe me, you'll be on a bond and free as a bird before the day is out.
Maxwell? Mr. Bladen told me about your husband, and, well, I think it's disgusting, and I'm very sorry.
You think he's a monster, don't you? He isn't. He's really a very nice man. The only trouble is he buries his head in the sand. If he doesn't like something, he doesn't look at it.
But you're his wife.
And Linda was his daughter. He loved her, but he couldn't bear to see her suffering, so he just worked longer hours. It's a clever defense, really. He sort of rationed Linda's pain to 1 hour a day. If that's all he saw, that's all she suffered. He's doing the same thing with me. If he doesn't see me in prison, it doesn't hurt him. Which means it doesn't hurt me. It's really a very good system.
I've never heard of anything so ridiculous in all my life. Some of the greatest chefs in the world use brown sugar.
Then they're wrong. I'm sorry, but my mother made the best souffle in the country.
Jacques Brenner is wrong.
Never heard of him. Who is he? Some short order cook, I suppose?
I don't believe this. This is not really happening.
Laurie, now you're no slouch in the kitchen. Souffles, brown or white sugar?
Oh, heavens, don't ask me. I mean, it depends on whether or not you want a brown or a white souffle.
That has nothing to do with it.
Oh, that's right. They're mainly made with eggs, aren't
You're
they?
not gonna
So
say-
it'd be brown sugar with brown souffle.
She said it.
And white sugar with white souffle.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Oh, well, if you're going to get out of it like that.
Listen, why don't you stop arguing? Why don't you look it up in that lovely big recipe book of yours, Mervyn?
Will you accept that?
Well, of course. Good heavens. Anyone would think I was being unreasonable.
Now, let me see. Seafoods. Souffles. Strawberry souffle with liqueur. 1 pound of fresh strawberries and a quarter of a cup of curd.
Oh, yes, but that's a hot souffle. Of course you use brown sugar. Everyone knows that.
No, but that's what I said.
Did you? Good heavens. Must be talking about two entirely different things. By the way, Mervyn, why are we talking about souffles?
Did you get your jelly beans? Ah, good. Just had some bad news, Mel. I just met Reno at the gates, and she said Kath's got her bond. She's out, Mel. We've lost our friend.
Mervyn, is all this really necessary?
What do you mean? Of course it is.
All the time we're wasting. And why chocolate pudding? Why not treacle pudding?
It's not just that. I have to account for a stock list. Now, keep looking.
Look, I think we had it yesterday.
Yesterday?
Oh, no, of course not. No, we had bread and butter pudding yesterday. Rita wasn't very happy about that, was she?
She's not the only person in here.
Now, don't go telling her we nearly had chocolate pudding, will you? I've never known anybody as mad about chocolate as she is. I think she'd sell her own mother for a piece of... What's wrong?
Rita, she was working in here this morning.
Ah, well, that settles it then. If she couldn't find it, it can't be here.
It wasn't lost this morning. It was here on the bench. Rita, of course.
Oh, dear. Sorry, Rita.
Before you and Kath came along, I had no one to talk to. Jeez, it was lonely. You know what I mean, don't you? I suppose that's why Kath wants us to be friends.
What's wrong with her? What are you up to?
Get lost, Wilkinson. I'm talking to me mate.
You're what?
You heard.
I think she can do without friends like you. The Warriors are looking after her now.
Kath's gone. She's not coming back.
It's just a possibility, Mel.
It's true. Reno told Janet so. It's true.
Keep your mouth shut, all right?
Why don't you leave?
What are you going to tell her?
Nothing. She's confused enough thanks to you.
Now, why don't you leave before I call Rita?
It's gonna be all right, Mel. I'll be back in a minute, okay? I just have to do something, and I'll be back with you.
Yeah, I'd like that. Because I'm lonely, and I never felt like this before.
Oh, Mel.
Oh, no. Where's Mr. Pringle, Nancy?
Oh, look, I'm not too sure. He just said something about chocolate, and he rushed out of the kitchen. Is there anything I can do?
Would really appreciate a sandwich or something. We missed out on lunch.
Cheese and tomato, okay?
Oh, yes, please. Not too much cheese on mine, thanks. Come on, mate, forget it. It's not the end of the world.
Maybe not, but it's the end of the work experience, isn't it?
No. Well, I don't know. At least we gave it our best shot.
Yep, right between the eyes and killed it stone dead.
Excuse me, but does this mean we won't be going outside?